Hey Jewel School, this is the pair of earrings. We are gonna do that today. Really easy, really fun. Let's talk about what we're using. The faceted beads, which are the focal point of the series. Tool-wise, we had these Mandrel or jump ring making tools in the show, and I'm gonna use those. I'm gonna use that to kind of round out my little shapes here. So then we've got 20 gauge and 24 gauge for our wire. I've got that wire in the show. Tool-wise, trifecta, chain nose, round nose, and flush cutter. And then the Mandrel tools that I did not bring. Let's get started on the demo. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up to the top. And we're gonna grab a little bit of 24 gauge. Just cut yourself a couple inches of it. And my first little dangle down there at the bottom is 5 of these faceted beads. So we're gonna start with 5, and then we're just gonna graduate up a little bit as we go up the earring, and you can make the graduation more exaggerated if you want. I wanted to keep them kind of small because the compact little loops really give these more of a floral feel than they have when you're doing a bigger loop and they kind of spread out. So I wanted to keep them a little small. So if you like the look of these, just copy exactly what I did. So then we're just gonna pull this together in a loop. Make sure that you've got the middle one is sitting down in the bottom, facing up and down. Otherwise, your little loop is gonna be kind of crooked. And so then we're just going to round this off and give this a little bit of a coil. So I've gotten a little bit of crooked here. I'm just gonna pull this, tighten my coil a little bit, and that should reshape it just a touch for me. Wow, did not. What in tarnation? That's what Olivia says. Tarnation. Okay. Got a little floral shape down there at the bottom. Trim that tail off. And then we are going to make another loop up here at the top with our round nose pliers. And we want our loop perpendicular to our little flower shape. So we're gonna push forward, make a loop. And then we'll finish off our loop with another coil down towards our beads. And I did kind of like a heavier coil, that way you could really see the gold versus like up against the silver. I wanted it to look like that was intentional, not like I used the wrong color wire. So give yourself like a little heavier loop. And I'm using actually a different gold wire, which is not as, it's like a different gold tone, so it's not quite as obvious of like the contrast between the gold and silver is not quite as obvious with this wire. So make sure you're using the wire that I put in the show for you, because it's gonna really give us that contrast there. So then we're gonna do 3, I think that's what I did. Let me just check. Yep, 3 silver beads on our wire, then we're gonna drop our dangle on. And then we're gonna do 3 more. So we're gonna have a total of 6 on the next one. Like this. And then again, we're gonna bring these up into a loop. And then coil that. So the trick with these, because they're this faceted kind of funky shape is getting your loop kind of centered and your beads in a nice round shape. So one thing that I use to kind of maintain that round shape while I was making this is that mandrel, like that, so that I can kind of, it can be kind of, these beads can be kind of wobbly, so it kind of holds them in place while I'm making my loop, and just making sure that that little coil section is centered in my earring. And it keeps it like a nice round shape there. And now we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna make another loop with our round nose pliers. Just finish that off with a nice chunky coil. And the nice heavier coil helps to kind of stabilize those top beads up there, the beads closest to the coil. So if you stabilize those, you just kind of stabilize the rest of them. So giving yourself that little extra, those little extra coils helps for a couple of reasons. Make sure you tuck those tails in. And then we're here. You can stop here or you can keep going. And we're gonna keep going. Another piece of 24 gauge wire. And then we've got 4 silver, our earring, and then 4 more silver. So you got 8 up there at the top. So we're just again gonna bring these together, crisscross that wire, and then we will finish this earring off. There we go. Got off center a little bit because I'm trying not to use my teeth. My teeth are sometimes my greatest tool, which my brother-in-law, who's a dentist, would get so mad at me. He had to shave my front teeth down because I chipped my front tooth making my sister's wedding jewelry long time ago, but I chipped a little bit. I was trying to, I don't know, close a jump ring or something like frantically the day of the wedding, and I chipped my tooth. And I thought, I had my studio set up in my parents' basement, and I ran upstairs to my mom and was like, oh my God, I think half my tooth is gone. And it was just this teeny tiny little chip that no one could see. But you know how it feels way worse when you can't see it. Anyways, I just finally got it shaved down about a month ago. So I don't have a chip in my front tooth anymore. Okay, now, see it just kind of starts to open up as we go up the earring. I want to just round that out just a little bit more. There we go. I just think these are so cute. Little metallic flowers. Oh, I love them. And see, I would not go much bigger than this section, this top one up here, just because it's looking less and less compact like the bottom ones, because the circle is opening up, so those beads don't like push up next against each other like they do in the smaller loop. So I would just, I don't know. It depends on the look you're going for, I guess. Okay, so now this loop we want parallel to our earring. So we're gonna make our loop the other direction. And then we'll finish that off. With another big coil. And then we'll go back in and we'll just make sure our little flowers are spaced or shaped nicely. Oh, it's so cute. Now we just need some 20 gauge wire for our ear wire. Oh, why did that? And then we will set that aside. Okay, I've got my 20 gauge wire. That is not, oh, my little trick I did, if I lose my little plastic cap, if I lose this or I break it, because I break them all the time, I will just cut some little nicks in my plastic here. And I'll do a couple all the way around, but then you can just snag your wire in there, like that. Like weed eater cord, yes. And it just keeps it from unspooling on you. We're gonna make our ear wire, so we're gonna use the smallest step on our bell shaping plier, this little one right there. We're gonna make a little bitty loop. Like so. Now we're gonna flip it, and we're gonna flip our plier. I like to just butt my loop right up inside there, get it nice and tight in there. That's when, because the hard thing when you're making your own ear wires is like, how do I make them look exactly the same? And this step right here, where where you kind of place that loop and where you grab your pliers, can really change if you're not grabbing your wire at the exact same place on both of them, you're gonna have two totally different looking ear wires. So I just, I push my loop up in that little valley there, so that it's flush with my plier. That way I know I'm grabbing my wire at the same point every single time, so all my ear wires are gonna look pretty much the same. And then we're gonna come around that largest step on the mandrel and just give it a little swoop, like that. And then we're gonna trim that off. We wanna make sure that we're going in with our reaming tool, which I did not bring. It comes with a cut burr, and you can soften the end of your wire there so that it does not, or if you have a file or some sandpaper, just soften up the end of that so it's not so sharp there. And then we are going to attach our earring to our ear wire. Here we go. Ta-da! Are those not the cutest little earrings? I may be alone in this, but I think they're adorable. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's demo. If you need any of the tools and supplies that we used today, check out the links in the description below. And while you're down there, drop your favorite summer emoji in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Bye y'all.